Duh. One moment. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put up a disclaimer for you to pause this video and read in its entirety. Here it is. I'm not a doctor, psychologist. I don't give stock picks, investment advice. I may or may not be long anything I talk about. You should not construe this as anything negative, as any legal opinion. Um, I don't know. This is just for fun. It's all make believe. All right. So I was talking a little about something, and I decided to start a video rolling. And I asked the question today if any of the Newsbeat members noticed something different I did today. And I was a lot more joking early on. And I'm going to go over the 2-minute strategy afterwards. I was normally going to start this video at that point, but this is important so you understand. It's important that I talk this way. Look, I'm a big boy. I could be as serious as they come. The problem with trading is professionalism is not sticking with the market, talking about nothing else, being silent, letting people like hole up in their miserable man caves and have zero emotion coming through. That would be all fine and dandy if you are reading a Shakespeare novel or if you're sitting in a library. You're sitting in a library reading a book. Everything's quiet. Library is closing in 30 minutes, as opposed to, hey, guys, the library is closing soon. You don't need to hear it like that because you're in a library reading a book. No one gives an F what you think. Nobody gives an F about a joke. People are getting into their novels. That's it, right? When it comes to trading, there is emotion. And usually that emotion is one of two things. It's never it's never the emotions that the market will bring you naturally is excitement or pain because you're going to buy a position, you're going to make money, or you're going to lose money, or you're going to feel FOMO. It's going to be lots of pain to lots of excitement and everything in between, right? Without the middle part cut out. So, just to explain to you real quick, and this is so important that you see this right now. Trust me, I don't I don't say things are important if I don't think they're important. I could admit I could admit a lot of things. So let's say this is like most pain, let's say most pain, and this is we'll just call it most happy. I don't want to use the word excitement. So normally this is what trading is and everything in between. And you could make an argument now. You could say, well, Mark, it's always like this, you might say. It's always like this. It's not like that. It's actually like this. You actually remove this part pretty well. Sometimes you get here by naturally feeling a certain amount of feeling a certain amount of pain and happy, but that middle part is cut out. So you know, you're basically starting out over here. Whoa, let's change the color back to black. You are here. This is where you are. This is where you are. And you're either going to be tugged this way and, not or, usually and, you're not going to lose every single trade you do. Mark, that's me every day, Mark. I lose 100% of my trades. You want to become the most consistent trader alive, Mark? Just do the opposite of what I do. You'll make money every single time. That's not true. Okay? If it were true, I would exploit the shit out of you. Trust me, and we would be very rich, both of us, if you were wrong every time. Trust. Look, bro, when you need to buy something, I need you to buy one share and just tell me what you did. Mark, I bought one share of Tesla. All right, I'm buying 25,000 puts. Let's go. We'd be rich. So you're here and you're either getting pulled, and sometimes you end up in the middle from feeling pain and feeling happy, and you're being psychologically pulled. Now, according to Common and Tversky's loss aversion principle, every time you are wrong in a certain subset, the pain is 2.5 times worse. The pain is 2.5 times worse. So yeah, even if you make money, you're suffering psychological toxicity at times, and that's what traders don't understand. That they think, they say, "How's your day?" When my wife asked me, "How's my day?" I got into such a habit of coming to her and being like, "Market was choppy today." It was. She's like, "You said that same thing. You always say the same thing," and I said it for the past like 2 weeks, and I'm like, because that's how it is. I'm trying to get deeper than the P&L. But at the end of the day, you give her a number and babe, I'm down, babe, I'm up, like she'll get it when you talk to somebody else about it. They don't understand the psychology of it. And this is the most important aspect of trading. If you don't believe me, ask 1,000 traders what they feel the number one aspect of trading is. Maybe 1,000 of them will say psychology, maybe 999 or 998. Very few of them are going to be like your diet, which is actually deals with psychology. Few people will say, "Oh, what's the most important part of trading? Technical analysis." Very few people will talk like that. Talking about active intraday traders, not Warren Buffett. Like, what's the most important part of trading, Warren Buffett? That you stay alive forever. Like, damn, Warren. Didn't see that answer coming out. Have your cherry coke and a smile, bro. So when you're sitting there today or any day, you're getting losses and wins. Even if you take 10 wins of $1,000 and 5 losses of $1,000, and you end up plus $5,000, you're thrilled. You're like, yeah, I'm doing awesome. And granted, that's making believe that you make and lose an exact amount every time you sell because nobody knows what they're really going to make or lose. You have an idea. Personally, I have no idea at all. I have no idea what I'm going to make or lose on a trade. I just know that I'm going to attempt to make sure that the loss is minimal. That's my only strategy. No, I mean, I apply like reasons for buying it as strategies, but I mean, once I'm in the trade, I don't want to lose money. I want to limit that loss as much as possible. I'm not going to bullshit and pretend I have a take profit here and a stop loss here and I'm going to sit back like this and watch it. That's why traders psychologically destroy themselves. That's why every single trading room on the planet has as close to a zero retention rate as humanly possible. After 3 years, just about every single trading room on the planet might have between 0 and 2 people that were there 3 years ago. Most likely zero. I'm taking like normal to extremely optimistic. 0 to 2. 0 to 2. Because they're so psychologically destroyed, the damage that they've withheld, that they're broken. They're broken people. And they're just now scouring the planet looking to relive their glory days. And it's heartbreaking. But this is why psychology is such an important part of trading. This is why I highlight psychology the way I do, because it is the number one most important thing in your trading. So with that being said, most people, they pee in the morning. You people who didn't answer, I know you do. Well, a lot of people also, if you're a little more nervous, you'll normally take a number two in the morning, which is common. You don't have to admit it. I don't need to hear it. I know that. I'll admit it. You don't have to. I'm one of those people. I do it. I have to in the morning. There. That's when I do my business. So, you guys are laughing, but it's because of also the psychology of I'm walking into the market. So, what I was trying to do this morning, or subconsciously, and now I'm going to consciously try to do it, is come in a lot more upbeat. I could do a better job to do that. Now, what happens? What happens if I come in and I'm upbeat? A, I'm not going to make you as psychologically damaged when you lose, because when you lose, you might be being dragged this way. But before this happened, if you want to use top to bottom as chronological action, if you want to use top to bottom as chronological action, I pulled you this way in the morning. If I can make you chuckle at a stupid joke, even if you're laughing at me, even if you think my joke is not funny, but you're laughing at like Mark's wife has to look at that every day. Poor girl. That girl deserves like the medal, like a Purple Heart or something. Like, even if you're laughing at me, that's okay too. I don't mind. If you think the joke is funny, even if you get stupid, like that was corny, but like not too funny. My wife, I came upstairs to my wife today, and she comes to me just randomly. She's like, somebody get this man a nail. No, somebody get this man a hammer because you nailed it. And it was the corniest dad joke ever. And I laughed. I thought it was brilliant. So, yeah, well, it's kind of crazy because it's actually so important to your trading, Mark. So, you're starting the day over here. This is where you're starting the day, if I can accomplish that for you. Now, throughout the day, I don't know if you're going to win or lose. One of the two things are going to happen. I can't predict that. A lot of times you can't predict that. You might have a good idea if you're consistent, but you're going to be dragged in either direction. If you're going to trade, you're going to be dragged in either direction because you're going to be. And when I say most pain, I'm not saying you're going to hit your most pain. And when I say most happy, I'm not saying you're going to hit your most happy. You're going to be in between that range, but you're not. You're not going to be in the middle here. Like this part here, you're you're not going to be in that middle there. That's where you won't be. At the end of the day, you might be there, but you're going to be tugged and pulled in those directions. All right. So, as you are, taking losing trades and, taking winning trades, all I'm trying to do is whether you lose or make on a day, I think I could get you closer to here, wherever that is. I could get you closer to there before the day begins. What that does is it puts a psychological cushion underneath you. So if you get pulled in the wrong direction, I'm not saying barriers are unbreakable. Yes, something can happen where it's bad and, nothing is 1,000,000% foolproof. But what I am basically telling you from this point on, I can start you as your first moment of the day towards that direction. Some people a little further, some people well there I try my best to delete negative comments in chat. The truth is I don't always read chat because I'm reading a news headline. I'm looking at a chart. I'm looking at the chart moving. I'm this. I'm reading that. And this, and I'm moving like that's like how I'm moving. Um, but I could drag you towards there. So I could also do it throughout the day. Like I think this should be the official start of ponytail hour. So if like ponytail hour starts, for example, like you're gonna get a this. You're just gonna get that. That's how you know it's just ponytail hour. Now, instead of saying, guys, it's ponytail hour, CNBC, that's not as funny as just looking at that picture with no words. That picture with no words is way more hilarious than saying, guys, CNBC time. Let's go, Geronimo. Like that's yeah, and when it ends, you'll get a little one of these. with no words. And that's hilarious when you just see a picture 'cause and that's pretty Nothing beats the Geronimo's. Oh, oh God, that's so funny. I know. So the whole point is, I was sort of flipping out in Russian yesterday, in chat, which was funny in a way. Eddie, do you speak Russian? No, he speaks French. That's right. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I get we sacre blue. All right. So I wanted to share that with you. And my thoughts on that. I'm just telling you, it is very important that I do that. Just please believe me. And look, I get it. Sometimes you're in the middle, and look, I feel you. Look, hear me out. You might be in the middle of a day, and you might be like, Mark, I'm down money. I don't want to hear any jokes. I don't want to hear any laughter. Nothing is effing funny. Everyone shut up around me. And, some people get like that during a down day. I totally get it. I totally get it. I'm with you. I'm with you. I totally get it. Someone opened my door. All right. I totally get it that's hi Cooks. Uh, yeah. All right. Dude, Chase, I love you. Can you go to mommy? Yeah, you see daddy's face on the screen? No. Not yet, but all right. All right. You want to do puzzle with Shane? Oh, you're saying hi to daddy. I know. Only daddy can see you on the screen. Chase, my dude ski. Can you come on? I love you. Bye. Okay. Um, I love those kids. Look. Oh, you haven't met me yet, Tom. I'm kidding. Uh, I don't love them because I sent them to insert Scammy Guru's educational course. So, all right. So just going back to what I'm saying is, I get it. You might be in the midst of a hard day. I promise you, there are days where I am down. And I just have to sort of smile and look out for the best of everyone. And I promise I'm doing that. I have to promise to do that. I mean, I do that, but I have to promise that I'm even going to do a better job. It is very important for your site. If you're going to even continue trading, you're going to want to be surrounded. I'll give you an example. There's three things. One, I never talk. That sort of defeats the point of a broadcast. That's not going to help you. That's not going to hurt you. Me never talking. Or I can talk and I can be like, oh, this market, guys, it's so effing rough. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh, this and that and this and that, and it's so annoying and it's acting choppy. It's this, it's and that's going to help drive you more negatively. And I understand there's a point to just quickly, briefly talk about it. Like saying, guys, it's a really choppy market today. Let's just relax. Let's wait for a news flow. That's not negative per se. Or I could convey those messages and do it in a more lighthearted fashion. I could, I don't know, randomly say something silly, joke wise, hear a news headline and make fun of it in a way, you know, and just be like, I'm like, all right, just be like, oh, new record, guys. Symbol SCUUQU, the 500,000th SPAC introduced to the market. Congratulations. And we could have balloons and everything. And like, I can make a joke like that. That's going to be good for you. I've done the research. I know how it is. That's going to be healthy for you. All I have to say is if you entrust in me to try to do my best to find what's psychologically healthy for you in the long run, it's going to help you a lot. I know if you're down, whatever your, let's say your stop loss is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, $500, $200, whatever your number is. And I understand. And I'm telling you right now, there are going to be people who it's hard to listen to a joke when you're down money. I know that. Trust me, I know that. I know it. It's important if you're going to continue trading. If you feel like if I say if I say a joke and it's like you can't, you know, like if I say a joke and it gets to the point where like, you're like, oh, nothing is funny, that's stupid, or like that, you should probably, that's also a positive thing because it shows you should probably step away from your computer before you do more damage to yourself. Stepping away is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of that you have no ego. That is what stepping away is. It's a sign that you have absolutely zero ego. It's a powerful thing. All right. Just please believe me when I tell you this. I don't say this easily. All right. Um with that being said, I guess. I mean, right. I mean, health dilemmas are always tough. I always approach health very seriously. I have most of the charities I give, if it's not for abused women and children, it's for health. So, amen. All right. 2-minute strategy. Let's talk about that for a moment. So, this is not, and again, Kelly does this better than me. This is not what Kelly does. This is my interpretation of a 2-minute strategy based off parts and pieces of what I do. All right. Name a real stock today that you are watching. And I have the right to say you might have been watching that real stock, but I'm not going over. All right. I guess none of you want to see Boeing. All right, we'll do Boeing. We'll do Palantir. We'll do GME. We'll do Amazon and Facebook and Tesla. Okay, that's enough. Sorry if I missed yours. I don't think I. Oh, Genius. I mean, I guess we could show that as a silly example because it moves pennies, but sure, why not? To see if it even works on the slower moving name. All right, so here's my argument. Here's my argument. Um, three red 2-minute candles in a row equals buy the next green to red, next red candle breakout. That's it. No moving averages, no this. Now, there is something to be said when your stock is still strong. It is better if your stock is above all the moving averages. Scalp wise, I just want a big name. So here's the rules. You need three Three, oh, I could turn it into more steps. I could just say, boom. I can make it into three red open versus closed 2-minute candles in a row by the next green to red, which is equal to the next red candle breakout. That's green to red. Again, I'm not using the same parameters as it's not as, for example, refined as Kelly. That man is a living monster. Like I said, there are people in this room who make more money than me. This is recording of, yes, sir. Red candles break down. No, red candles is a candle that closes lower than where it opens, is the definition of a red candle. Shouldn't what be red to green? Oh, I should change this to the next green takes red. That's what I meant. Thank you. Yep. Green takes red is what I meant too. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. That's my argument here. That's a argument. I'm not arguing. It's theory crafting. That's my in a positive way argument. That I thought you were gonna seize them up, massage the meat before you put it in the oven, Eddie. Just gets like it's like telling my ex-wife her cooking sucks. I was just kidding, honey. Chill. Don't stop getting so offended. Alright. Seriously, don't forget to tip your wait. Thank you, my chief bartending officer. Send drinks to table 3. Little tough over there. Like, all right, so we're gonna start off with Boeing. All right, here's Boeing. So when I say 3 red candles in a row, I'm sorry, I just want to say 3 or more. 3 or more. So it could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 6. But as soon as you get that, even if you get a green and then a red, it's still legit. You just need 3 or more red candles in a row on the 2-minute. All right, so here it is. So here's Boeing in the morning. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. So at this point, the next time the highest high of the red candle of the closest red candle, when the high of the closest red candle breaks, you go long. So right over here would have been a long through 235.94. Does that look bad at all to you? Does that look bad at all? Now, you could have argued, look, Mark, it worked just as well with 2 red bars. I've noticed a lot of times it works with 1 red bar. You don't even need 2. I'm serious. You could just basically scalp red to green, green to red, or red through the bottom of green almost every time. It's kind of crazy. It really is kind of crazy. I scalped a lot of money doing this today, theory crafting it. I scalped a lot of money today. I was tiered for the most part for 5 contracts today, 5 to 10 contracts, depending on the name. Now, granted, in Genius, I probably made maybe $2,500 in Genius with 700 calls, more than 700 contracts. But for the most part, I mean, I had a low end 5-figure day scalping 5 contracts mostly the entire day. Can you believe that? Okay, it's crazy. I'm not saying that's the only thing I did to accomplish it, but most of my money, I would say, came from that. And I'm just trying out something new. Now, so right over here is a good example. You can make a great argument right here when you're above the moving averages. How about right over here? So when you're right over here, this is actually your trigger because even though you put a green bar here, you put a red bar next. So the break of 235.80, this jumped 49 cents and pulled back. This was scalpable for me. Whoops. Move my face over there. Right. Oh, come on, man. Why is that? All right, that's better. Here's 3 red bars in a row. Breaks out from 238.50. It's 239.17. And a lot of times they'll go even higher. Don't get me wrong. And a lot of times you could do it off 2 red bars. This is just what I noticed though. 3 red bars in a row. You put in a green candle. Notice you're trying to buy through here. And I need to point out something as well. Kelly doesn't do it this way, but I like it this way. I like to front run this. I like to front run it. Did anyone lose sound? All right. I like to front run this, just so we're clear. Now, I want to point out something important here. When I front run this, what I've noticed is it's not that hard to front run this. It almost reminds me of the days like, for the past 5 months minus the past few weeks, like that you had a lot of time to front run a name before it went out. That's what it feels like with this strategy. It feels like you can front run it easily. Because a lot of times with a lot of these strategies, like you can't really front run, it pulls down against you real hard, and like that, it's just like kind of effed up, right? I do give it a little more breathing room, and I tear down. Well, I'm tearing for five, as I said, 5 contracts. So like I'll take 5 contracts of a Tesla. Sometimes they'll go against me, and I'll lose 200-300 bucks. I'll be like, all right, happens. So I like to front run this. Back to you, Charty. So here you got 3 red bars in a row. This was scalpable right here for the break of on here. Here you have red bars in a row. Look, 3 red. Then you put 4 red. You put in a green. You put in a red. So this is the highest red. You buy through 240.16. Look at that. Pop. This is 4 minute. This is a 2-minute bar. So 4 minutes works. Right over here. You're doing it like this. You start coming up. Your trigger is 246.15. Kelly likes to buy a penny above the level. I like front running it. I like front running it. It works well. All right, so where do you front run? Obviously, that's a very vague question, but it's down here. Look, the stock is down here. It opens up at 245.59. Your trigger is 246.15, and you see it grinding up. You buy in, it pops through the hole, pops through the trigger. You're up money. You do you. 3 red bars, pop. 3 red bars. Notice. Look over here. 3 red bars. This is important. 3 red bars, green. You don't. So right now, this is. I have to show you this. This is an important example. Um, watch this. Okay, watch this. Check this out. Very important so you understand it. Here's 1 red bar. Here's 2 red bar. Here's 3 red bars. At this point, after this third bar closes, before you see anything else, your trigger is here, right? After after this after this bar closes here, we can make this you know, we can make this bar 4 and this bar 5. But what happens is once bar 6 comes in, you now have a red candle again. So only after bar 6 comes in is your buy point, the top of bar 6, right over there. Notice that? Then, because you're still basing it off the 1, 2, 3, you still need the break of the next red candle no matter what. After the third bar closes, after number 3 closes, you're looking for the next red bar break no matter what. Whether it happens 20 minutes from now or shortly after. And it's okay to take, for me personally, I can't tell you legally and obviously what to do. Here you have bar 7, and here you have bar 8. I'm buying through probably bar 8. I'm buying through bar 8. And what I've also noticed, when you're wrong on the front runs, you're not losing that much. You're losing very little. I was getting phenomenal price improvements on the front runs. It depends. Did I? No, I'm not buying on bar 5 unless I was trying to front run bar 3, Geronimo. As a generalization, I wouldn't buy bar 5 to break bar 4, if that's what you're asking. So bar 8 was the bar to buy on for me, not. And again, I'm not saying, I mean, I'm not saying this is the biggest move in the world. Yeah, you can make an argument it's a double bottom there. That's, you wanna think like that, that's cool. So you're buying bar 8 because after these 3 bars close, you're just looking for the next break of the next 2-minute red bar high, no matter where or when or how it comes through. So after bar number 5, your trigger is still the top of bar number 3. After bar number 6, after it closes red, then your trigger is now the top of bar number 6. So bar number 7 closes. Now here's the art form. Now listen carefully to this. Here's the art form. What you could do is after bar number 7 closes, this is what you're left with. Because you're buying, here's bar number 8 in my example. The top here is 245.22. The top here is 245.28. These are 6 cents apart. So what happens is I am indeed front running it on bar number 8 to break bar 7 with the intention of breaking bar number 6. Does that make sense to you? 6 cents apart, bars number 6 and 7. I might as well be on 7 on a Boeing. That's when you start thinking like that. And when you're dealing with Tesla, a 50-cent range a lot of times is as good as a 6-cent range here. And Tesla will just start ripping through. There's Boeing as an example. Somebody brought up Palantir, and I'll briefly go through it. All right, so here's Palantir. I do like the name Strong in the Morning. See, Palantir, you could see Palantir, you know, right over here, you had 3 reds in a row. And I guess you could have tried to buy through here and it wouldn't have worked. But keep in mind, you're only pulling 10, 11 cents. You're not going to take a big loss. Option wise, I probably wouldn't want to do a Palantir. Here's another 3 red candle formation. Boom, look at that green. But boom is 14 cents through the trigger and then follow through, just so we're clear. So GME would be a better example. Names that move more. Here's a 3 red candle in GME, right? Right here. Breaks 293.02, jumps 3 points. That's market in, market out ability for GME. Okay. Then this happened. Guess what? This was the beauty here. These aren't green bars, by the way. Those are halt bars. Red, 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 red. Top of the first red bar right over here. You break 216, you got to 228. Look at that. Now that's a dramatic example working with a halt. Let's move past that. Red, 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 green, doesn't matter. Red, now here's the new trigger right over here. Green, green, look, it breaks through here. This bar opens up, just goes straight up 11 points. It didn't even, this next bar didn't pull down. So as it was coming up here and you bought in, the next bar closed and just went right up. It literally, the low of this candle is like exactly where it opened within 6 cents. Works, right? Let's move on. Right here, 3 red bars, right? This is a 2-minute chart, just so we're clear. 2-minute. 2 minute, right? Red, red, red. Right over here, your breakout is 265.83. This one was a little scary because it tried to go up and failed. I think I lost a little money on this one. And then I made because I just played it again on this next candle because you just had to break 265.83. Stock went to 268, 2 minutes, 272 in the next 2 minute. This is the craziest name there is, right? Red, red, right over here. Red, 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 green, doesn't matter. Breakout is still there. Breaks 241.86, gets to 244.81. That's a trade. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but that's 3 points in GME. That's enough to market in and out profitably in GME. At least for me on Schwab, it was today. Red, red, red. Here's a little bit of a funny one. Red, red. You have engulfing red. So now the trigger is actually up here on GME, right over there. And then you get the green right here that breaks 257.50. You get to 260 and a quarter. Money shot all over your bank account. Thank you, Ogie. Appreciate it. Thank you, Stu. Damn. See what I deal with, Eddie, on a daily basis? This is why I need a chief crowd officer. Damn. Got somebody to help manage this. The Kelnick. The Markley or the Kelnick, right? Um, right, Ken? All right, so that's GME. Let's talk Amazon. Now, Amazon's a little bit weird because of how far the bid and offer are spread, but here's Amazon in the morning. Red, 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 red. Oh, look, it breaks 30.72.41. Boom, 3.5 points. Boom, another 7 points. Look at that. Beautiful, right? 3 red right here in Amazon. Here's the problem. Look, 3 red, you climb up, you still didn't trigger. You put in another red. You missed the trigger here. Red, red, you put in another trigger, never broke it. Red, red, never broke it. Red, never broke it. Red, you break it right over here through 62.40 and you grind up a little. Look at that. See that? This is where it triggered. See that? 3 red, green breaks it out. 3 red, big breakout right here. It looks like a little, $3.90. Boom. Reds, red, sort of broke over here with a like a funky print, but didn't trigger, but then triggered over here. Now remember, prints and triggers are different things. Amazon, obviously, if I see a bar break by 20 cents, like I know it didn't trigger in Amazon. You need a bid there and everything, but when it works, even if you got stopped out here, let's say you tried this, you front run. This is something where we had front run and loss and lose. And remember, you don't need to go heavy. I could take two. There are times in Amazon, I think today, where I took 2 or 3 contracts. I'm just like, whatever. I lost a point. F it. Point and a half. F it. But then you run into a situation here, and you could catch 3, 4, 5 points. 3 red. Look at that. 49.90 to 51.40. Again, I know it's Amazon. I know that's not a lot. It's a 1 o'clock move in Amazon. All right. This is by 1 o'clock today. 3 red. Sort of broke out here, which is sort of a fail. 3 red, a 4 red. Nice breakout here. You will take losses. But I'm saying, in my opinion, there's a good way, with the way we trade and manage risk, to turn most of them into winners. Facebook, red, 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 red. This green bar breaks the top of this red bar right here and explodes. Earlier on in the morning, it's better. Reds, green. 3 reds, green. Reds, green breaks over here. 3 reds, green. 3 reds. I mean, I don't like Facebook could go F itself, but you get my point. That's just my opinion. Maybe you like it. That's cool. Just telling you my feeling. Now, Tesla can't go F itself. It has to F around with me. Okay? Just so we're clear. I like Tesla. So here's 3 red bars in Tesla. Look, even if you are late and remember, you're front running this, just so we're clear. And by you, I mean me. I'm front running this. Top here is 704 on this red bar. This 2 minute bar goes to 707.60. You're probably buying 703, 703 and a half right over here before 704, and it explodes up in your face like this, like, oh, that felt good. Red bars, breaks out right here. Look at that. Boop. Red bars, breaks out over here. Red bars, breaks out over here. See that? Breaks out. Remember, these are all front runs. 3 red bars, breaks out over here. Red bar, red bar, red bar, breaks out right here. Look at that. That's a $4.71 move right there through the trigger. Through this trigger, through this red bar's trigger. You see that? You got the point. Genius. 3 red bars, worked right over here. By worked, I mean, I know when there was a 2% move or 4 cents. Like, but it works. It works. It works. Right. So, that's what I found with it, looking at it, and that's the simplest way I think I could approach it. I want to keep these videos pretty short and simple. Like, I don't want to really. I want this lesson to absorb if you're looking to scalp in this environment. Here are the pros, besides for the fact that it works. I personally found it easier to front run and take good losses and good gains. I found that aspect very easy. All right. I found that aspect very easy to make money with. All right. I think I called it out on the spiders earlier today and it worked. So I guess I could look in the morning. Spiders, yeah, it works on the spiders. Yep. It's all front run scalps 3 red. Yeah, it works. It works. It works. So all right. Um all right. So I was trying to figure out how to do this next part. This is where we walk into sort of the uncomfortable part. So look, you guys know what to do here. Come on. Let's go. Insert insert it. You got to put the chip in first. If you need to swipe, do me like right over here. You could swipe. If there's swiping needed. No. Ah, I told you guys to have it warmed up. The joke being, of course, is that that's every service out there. The ones who don't who pretend like they have something new and groundbreaking. Charity? Yeah, we'll hit up a charity. Well, let's do it at the end of the week, though. All right, the end of the week for sure. All right. Um, Psychologically, I'm going to try to be more lighthearted. Strategically, I'm always going to search for what I feel are trades and strategies working in the current environment. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money. I love each and every one of you. Have a wonderful evening.